everybody. We are in Arctic region here in my PZB2. Now, the reason I'm playing this is to kind of prove a point. I've been seeing a lot of videos about people saying that World of Tanks is starting to get over to this pay to win. And, it's not pay to win, it is skill to win. And this is going to be a perfect example of this because I'm in a PZB2. There's another guy on my team, another PZB2, which I teamed up with purposely. One, because I figured, we're about the only two heavies really, and that are going this way. And the enemy team had a PZB2. Now, this tank I shoot pretty much primarily straight premium rounds because the gun completely sucks. The standard round has 55 penetration, so you're really not going to go through much of anything with that. I'm trying to prove a point that pay to win is if World of Tanks came out with this force field that you can buy for this tank or any tank, and you can put it around that tank and drive around, and no one can shoot you, they can't pen you, and you just drive around and kill everybody. That's pay to win. This, people are saying, oh, you buy this tank, it's a pay to win. Because no, what it is I bought this tank because it's a premium tank, and I liked it. Well, I buy all the premium tanks so that I would collect the tanks on the game. So, it used to be, and I go over this again in the post-game stats, so I won't really beat a dead horse, but it used to be, a couple years back, when it was considered a premium tank, you knew you were getting a tank that was worse, really. It had less pen, worse armor, blah, 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 so on and so forth. But I think what happened is Wargaming actually opened up a dictionary, read up on what premium really means and said, oh, wait a minute, premium's better than standard. But you can get this tank in the regular tech tree. Basically, it's a PZB2. It just doesn't get preferential matchmaking. But it actually gets a way better gun. You can pen tier 5s and stuff, whereas this ain't going to happen. This is a premium tank, but, people are saying, oh, yeah, you can't pen it. And you'll see, I get pen plenty here. I get ripped right through here several times. And as you can see, the other PZB2 that was with me is already dead. So, it's not, the tank is not indestructible. It's how well you can play the tank. See, I just lost about an eighth, or, about an eighth of my health just now by getting shot by the Stug there. Now I'm down to half my hit points are gone. And I'm shooting him with premium and bouncing. The only reason I actually... See, I'm basically a one-shot, and I got 74 hit points. So this tank is definitely not indestructible. It is easily pen. It's got decent armor, but, for maybe a tier 3 that's shooting at it that can't pen it. But so far, just about every round that's hit me has penned me. So this is not a pay-to-win tank. I just don't understand how people call it's how you play. It's a skill-to-win tank. All the tanks that are premium. When you buy a tank, and you play it, doesn't matter if it's premium or a regular tank you get in the tech tree. It all boils down to how well you play that tank. If you play it like crap, and unfortunately I didn't realize I hit the 3 key and I was shooting HE rounds, which on this have literally no pen. Yeah, 24 pen. So I wasn't even, I was like, what in the hell is this thing not penning for? And then I'm like, oh, you retard, you got HE rounds loaded. So, yeah, the penetration on this gun is by far just pitiful. Even the premium rounds on this are only 90. You'll see, I bounce quite a few rounds on this. I get a lot of rounds off, but I do bounce a lot. It's really irritating. Everybody complaining about, oh, pay to win. Well, I actually hit him for 58 with that HE round, so one of them did penetrate. Out of all the HE rounds I shot, one penetrated and did pretty good. But in my mind, I think Wargaming took the right road and finally said, hey, these people... Now this is T127. We'll pause it for a second here. So that is a tier 3. He has a tier 3 gun or a tier 2 gun. I'm not even really sure. I think that's a premium tank that was like gifted to us, or you might be able to get it in the premium shop. But regardless, Till a patch comes out, I can't tell if he's shooting me with premium or standard. If it were heat rounds, obviously you hear the hissing, the sizzling, and see the burn marks. With this, if he's just shooting AP rounds or APCR rounds, it doesn't make a different sound or sizzle or anything. So I don't know if he's shooting me with standard or premiums, but it's a tier 3 tank. That's no different than a tier 9 shooting at a tier 10 with a lower penetrating gun that can't penetrate it like an E100 or a Moss. I mean, there's really no difference. I bounced these rounds because obviously his gun, it's subpar. He's in a smaller tier tank. It's not because I paid to buy this tank that I can just deflect all his rounds. It's just because of the simple fact is his gun sucks. Worse than mine, I think. But like on this, I shoot nothing but premium rounds, and I bounce off his tank too. But it's just, I think wargaming went down the right road because people were spending good hard-earned money, 50, 60, 70, 80 sometimes dollars, buying these, well, now we get, garage slots and gold and blah, blah, blah. People were spending good money to get a tank that really kind of basically sucked. Had worse penetration, worse gun, worse gun handling, worse armor. And I think they finally made the right choice by, making it where if you're running a premium tank, they give you better penetration, better armor, a little bit. It's really not, I don't want to say better, but equal to or maybe a little bit better than your counterpart at a tier 8. If you look at a lot of tanks that are tier 8s and that are premium and tier 8s that are standard, if you look at tanks that are premium from, a year ago, you can see that their guns really kind of suck and then they've been buffing them up. And now you buy a premium tank, they're actually doing the right thing by making it where you get, a tank with a gun that actually can penetrate stuff. I don't know on this. I get killed here, and I don't know if I really played this right or wrong. But he's at full health. I'm basically for him 2 shots because it does on average about 50 hit points. I just knew that if he were shooting premium rounds, he's gonna pen me, and it's just a matter of how long till I'm dead. And if you look at our team, this guy back here in this SU-76 is way back there, and the A20 is he's sitting right over there. And if I remember right, I think they just sat there and didn't even move to try and help me. What I should have done was backed up behind that rock and tried waiting for these clowns to get up here. But the A20 gets stuck down. You'll see. But basically, it's not. That shot I really screwed up. I was trying to take his dang track off, and I couldn't get his track off. I was trying to do it before his gun. If you ever do come up against one of these, shoot in the turret. Made it a little bit harder because obviously he was moving, so a couple of my rounds kind of pinged off the side. But if you ever come up against one of these, shoot it in the turret, and you're pretty much guaranteed to pen it. But he's done a 250 hit points, and this SU-76M, which will definitely pen it. I think it does around, I think it does like 100 average damage, 110 average damage. And all he had to do is like pen the guy once or twice, and he completely just shits the bed. I mean, he's 2 shots for him, and he's coming up, and you'll see he comes up on the backside of his PZB-2, aims in, and completely shoots it right into the dirt. It's like, that's what I'm saying. It's not pay to win. It's skill to win. You can ask anybody that plays any of the tanks in the game, any of these tanks, if you put them in the right hand, of a good player, they're going to do good on it. If you could take the same tank right here, he had the beautiful shot right in the side of him, and what's he do? Don't aim in. No, don't aim. Just shoot the dirt. And then he gets killed. Boom, boom, dead. So that was a loss because the A20 finally gets out of the hole that he's in over there. And what's he do? He goes and sets on the enemy cap and loses the force because he didn't even try to recap or reset the cap or kill the guy on the enemy team. And yeah, if you look in the clan chat down there, I shouldn't have said that stuff. That was kind of mean. I said, "Wow, you suck." It just I got a little upset on this match just due to the fact that the guy was an easy kill. He's like 2 hits, and two guys couldn't finish him off after I got him halfway dead. But like I was saying, you could take any one of these tanks. I don't care what tank it is. put it in the player, player's hands that's a good player in the game and knows what he's doing, and they're going to do good. If you take the same exact tank and put it in a player's hands that completely just, oh, that's where my somebody called me and I got disconnected for a second, and then you'll see I reconnect and it gets back on. But you take the same tank and put it in a player that really is kind of clueless, and they're going to play like they're clueless, like this guy in the 820 that is pretty much clueless. It'll go back to normal in a second here, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, even the guys on the team are saying, go cap. And do you think he would? No, no. Why would he do a silly thing like that? He waits till the enemy's on our cap, and then he goes to the cap. Which more than likely he could have probably played it right and penned that other tank and taken him out. But no, he just sits on the enemy cap. And gets no capping points because we lost. I don't know if he thinks he was getting capping points because he was on their cap, but you don't get capping points if you lose. Here, we'll just speed it up. So now he knows exactly where that guy's at. He is in a fast enough tank to get back there and shoot HE at him. HE will at least splash damage and do something. And what's he do? Oh, I'm just going to go sit on the enemy cap and sit here and do nothing. A lot of people say, I'm not good, but that was terrible. I mean, a lot of people were like, what in the hell is this idiot doing? I said he took his retard pills. Oh, my God. But this game is not pay to win. It's just, skill to win. If you know what you're doing, you can do good in any tank. If you suck, you're going to suck in any tank. I don't care if you get somebody a T-22 back in the day when it was super, OP, as everybody said, and give it to somebody that, plays like shit. They're going to play that tank like shit because they don't know what they're doing. So, simple as that. But if you want to hold on for a second, I'll have the post-game stats for you in just a minute. Alrighty, and here's the results of that match, and this is exactly why this game is not what they call, a lot of people are starting to call it a pay-to-win. Because I saw a video, I won't mention the person's video that I saw. It was actually a pretty good video, though. Actually, his name, he goes by Klaus, I think. He actually has some pretty good videos, funnier than fuck, too. But, I saw a video of him. He was showcasing this exact tank, the PZB2, and saying it was pay to win. And I wanted to show this to show you it is not pay to win. It is skill to win. So, myself in the PZB2, and there was another guy in the PZ, same exact tank on my team, and then also the enemy team had one also. And so I played mine. I got an ace tanker, fire for effect, duelist, bruiser, top gun, high caliber. Oh yeah, looks like it's a wicked badass tank. But as you can see, look at all the stuff that I shot. I used straight premium ammo because standard ammo won't pen crap. I won't go through all this stuff here, but you can see like I took 6 shots to actually kill him for 270 hit points. 6 shots to hit this guy and kill him for another 260 hit points. 4 shots on him, 5 shots. So you can see the gun doesn't do obviously a lot of damage, but this is what I'm trying to show exactly. Say, me and the PZB2, same exact tank this guy played that obviously didn't know how to run it. 47 damage. 47 damage and he got killed. So how is this paid to win? Exact same tank. He had 5 shots, 5 hits, and he penned 1. More likely might have been using standard ammo, which in this tank, you don't use standard ammo. Premium ammo, and that's it. But the odds are this guy on the enemy team that was running the PZB2 that ended up killing me because everything that was shooting me was penning me except for, I think it was a tier 3, which obviously a tier 3, even if you were in a tier 10, a tier 9 is going to have trouble penning a tier 10. It's a no-brainer. And he did all of 303 damage and got 3 kills. He had 11 shots, 9 hits, 7 pen. 303 damage. I did 1,259 damage. I had 42 shots, 37 hits, 29 pen. It's not pay to win. It's called skill to win. 2 people in the same exact tank that did not know how to run it worth a shit. He did 47 damage. He did 303 damage. How is that pay to win? It's not. I mean, still made 683 credits, but I also got this courageous resistance thing because the rest of my team were pretty much retarded. I mean, if you look at the guy that was in this A20, what a fucking moron. At the end of the match, he runs to the cap and sits there. Um, if I'm correct, you get no points for capping if your team loses. You only get those if you win. I might be wrong. Um, yeah. Oh, yep. Look at that. Base capture defense points 0 because we lost. And he went and set on cap. Knew the guy was setting on the enemy cap. Could have, our cap. Could have went over there, tried to reset reset it or kill the guy. And what's he do? Nope. He just goes and sits on our cap like a moron and then loses. It's not pay to win. It's called skill to win. If you know how to play the damn tanks, then you're going to do good. And it's going to look like it's a pay to win tank when it's not. I mean, everything that was pretty much shooting me was penning me except for one or two tanks, but they were also tier 3. See? I got hit 16 times, 11 bounced, which were fast firing, low tier tanks, and, they just don't have the penetration to pen through this thing. I mean, that's what's the difference between an E100 and a tier 9 or tier 9 that doesn't have good penetration per se, that can't pen his armor? Nothing. I mean, same thing. But anyways, it's just now it would be different if I were able to purchase a force field and drive around on the battlefield, and then when I started getting shot at, hit that force field that I paid for, and it lasted throughout the match, and no one could pen me, and I didn't get killed, which I did in this match, and I didn't get killed, and I killed everybody on the enemy team and won it for the team. Well, that's pay to win, because I'm buying something that is gonna make it so I have a bonus or a better chance of winning it for my team. If it can't, it's not pay to win. If a tier 3 can pen this, which I believe a couple tier 3s did pen me, it's if you can buy a tank and it's unkillable by a tier 3 or the same tier as you, just plain simple, it can't kill you. Pay to win. There's no difference if you buy this tank or if you get it in the matchmaker, I'm sorry, in the tech tree, which they have the regular PZ B2. It doesn't get preferential matchmaking, but it's got a better gun. I believe it has the same armor, but again, it has a better gun, and that does see tier 5s. But you can get basically the same tank, other than it gets preferential matchmaking, but you get a way worse gun. I've tried running this thing with standard ammo, and it just bounces. Everything's bounce, 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 bounce. Oh, pen. If you're gonna buy this thing, you need to shoot premium ammo. I mean, I had 37 hits, and out of that, I only penned 29. And so it's just, I don't understand how people are trying to call tanks like this pay to win. What it looks like to me. I hear a lot of people complain, oh, you got that tank that you bought for $40 on Wargaming's website, and that's pay to win. No, in my mind, a year ago, give or take, when you buy a premium tank, you automatically knew that it had worse stats than a standard tank in the game. I think Wargaming actually opened up the dictionary and looked up the meaning, the definition of premium tank. Premium, better than standard. I mean, look up the definition. A premium is better, the best. You're getting the premium over a standard tank. Okay, so a year ago when you were buying a premium tank, you were getting shit. You were getting a tank that had worse gun, worse armor, worse everything. So what's the bonus of me going spending 40 or 50 bucks to buy a tank when I'm getting something worse that you can get in the regular tech tree? So I think they finally figured that out and thought, hey, these guys are spending money to buy a premium tank. We need to give it a better gun so it has better penetration and, a little bit better armor. But it's still not pay to win, because if I'm in a tier 8, tier 7s can kill me, tier 6s can kill me, tier 8s and 9s can kill me. I just don't understand how people are trying to say it's pay to win. But again, like I said, if I can buy a force field that's going to go around that tank, where I can drive around the whole battlefield and nothing can pen me at all, or I'm doing 100 miles an hour with a turns that gun into a you know uh, a 150 that shoots every 2 seconds, boom, 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 and no one can kill me. That's pay to win. If you're getting that big edge or advantage um, over another tank that can't do the same thing, whereas they can do the same thing. They can shoot, they can pen me, they can kill me just as easy as I can pen and kill them. I don't know. Anyways, to me, it's just people are going a little bit too far on this pay to win thing. It's not pay to win. Never has been, never probably will be. Not unless they come out with some sort of force field that you can't be penetrated with. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I'll see you on the battlefield.